Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Naz. Together we are the Office Blokes.
Yeah,
it is true. Have you ever accidentally sold drugs to an undercover cop while you were at work?
Yeah.
All the time.
It's a pretty common thing, isn't it?
It's just them looking.
You just absolute nightmare when it happens. You're like, bugger, not again.
It's just them getting found out that they were cops.
I know, yeah.
Not me
Get
getting
out.
found out and selling to them. Yeah.
You're saying while at work, is this a drug dealer at work? Is that what it means?
Well, do you remember the one in the UK where it was a little hatch where they were selling burgers and stuff out of it, and they were selling. Do you remember that they were selling
all of them.
little packs of cocaine?
Yeah. Oh, really?
I thought it was standard,
burgers.
just not on the menu.
Well, there was a viral clip of a news interview where they were interviewing people outside it, and they said to a guy, "Did you know that there was cocaine being sold under the burgers?" And he was going, "No way, no." It's like, yeah, you knew, you absolutely knew. Maybe that'll be on it. Who knows? Let's check it out when you accidentally sell drugs to an undercover cop while at work. And in fact, it's code blue cam, so it's going to be Wisconsin, isn't it?
It's got to be.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a UK burger seller.
In early 2023, detectives received a Crime Stopper tip that a store employee was selling drugs at the Treasure Coast Square Mall in Jensen Beach, Florida. A 27-year-old male named Patrick thought it was wise to launch a side hustle within Zoomies, where he sold hallucinogens and other unconventional items not approved by Zoomies to customers of all ages. As per the Martin County Sheriff's Office, Patrick had been selling mushrooms for a couple months in the store. Undercover detectives initially spoke with Patrick at the store. Later, they returned on 2 separate occasions and purchased psilocybin mushrooms from him. On September 1st, Patrick's rapidly expanding enterprise would soon face its abrupt downfall.
Did it again. It's mad that 2005 you could legally buy mushrooms in the UK. You could just walk into a shop and say, "Can I have some mushrooms, please?" And
You still buy mushrooms now, has there?
Just
not the same ones.
Yeah. And then they went from being perfectly legal to being a class A. So they're the same category as cocaine and heroin now.
Wow.
Even though they grow naturally all over the UK.
In fields and stuff, don't they? And
Yeah.
Wow.
Patrick. What's up, man? Patrick, how are you, buddy? What up? Patrick. Put your hands behind your back. We'll explain everything in a second, okay? You're set. Mine's double off. You got him. I got him. No. Here. Just use my... Hello, how are you? Good. Where's his black backpack?
What's up?
He's got a black backpack. Is this his? This one's his? Thank you.
Grass.
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm just gonna double lock these on you, okay? So they don't walk up on you, okay? Yep. We'll explain everything to you here in a minute, alright? Do you have anything in your pockets that's gonna stick me, hurt me, anything like that?
Oh, none of sticking. I got a phone.
You, where's your black backpack at?
My black backpack?
Yeah.
You got it.
Got it.
Upon searching his bag, they discovered a 30-gram plastic Ziploc bag containing mushrooms that tested positive for psilocybin.
Nothing else on you? Nothing in your shoes?
What's up? Probably would, yeah.
Could be able to make phone calls too when he gets to the office there. Alright. Just walk out. Thank you.
Not very busy, is it?
Do you mean for people buying mushrooms or just people in general?
In general.
It's like
What time is it? 20 to 7.
It's sort of a like alternative fashion and skateboard shop, isn't it?
Is it?
I think.
Right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think Tony Hawk might have something to do with it.
Never heard of it.
And it's like, clothing, but also some skateboard stuff. I think, anyway.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah, it's not exactly crime of the century at the moment. I know he
Not
shouldn't
at
be
the
doing
moment,
it.
no.
He's a naughty boy
Yeah.
for sure, but
I mean, what would you get if you got caught with mushrooms over here? Probably slap on the wrist.
Nothing.
it's a class
I
A.
say it's
So
class A. I think it's class A.
if they wanted to, they could prosecute you as if they've found you with a bag of cocaine.
Yeah.
But I think most cops, even if they found someone with a little personal bag of cocaine, would probably give you a
just
caution.
just
Yeah.
warn you and tell you,
It's
take it
personal
off you.
use.
Yeah, take it
Yeah.
off you and
Yeah.
I think with
Don't do it again.
I think with mushrooms, it probably depends on the context. I think
Yeah.
I think if you were doing this, they're going to arrest you, and you're probably going to get in a fair bit of trouble.
Yeah.
If you were walking around a field, just picking them and smiling
Yeah. No, and this
on
guy's
a nice day, then
this
I think,
guy's selling them on a regular basis by the look of it, isn't he? Because they've been in a couple of times
Yeah.
and bought them, so he's obviously
Yeah.
doing it as a business. So
yeah.
distributing them or preparing them in this country, like if you dry them out and sell them,
Yep.
it becomes more of a
Yeah,
crime.
correct.
It's just weird. Like they literally grow naturally everywhere in the country. don't
Yeah.
they? But it's like little tiny bags of cocaine growing all over a field.
I've seen them.
You've seen them?
Yeah, when you go to like Glastonbury,
So have I.
fucking loads of them everywhere.
I've seen them, yeah. Yeah, pasture between 250 and 300 metres usually.
Oh, that's the show.
Parade him straight through the mall.
yeah,
That's that mushroom guy.
That's the mushroom guy from Zoomies.
Okay. Okay. We are just outside the movie theaters are.
Or actually, if one of you guys want to take a photo.
I'll do that. Anybody got their work phone on them?
What's that all about?
Probably putting it on Twitter, naming and shaming him, aren't they?
What's up? Where do you like this over? Okay. I'm on the other side. Okay. You're on the front.
The mad thing is, in the UK and the States, they're running loads of clinical trials at the moment to see if mushrooms can treat depression and
Oh, yeah.
PTSD and things like
yeah.
that,
All right.
with amazing results allegedly, but it's still like classed as quite a serious thing.
Yeah.
It's the come down. They're treating clinical depression for, 6 hours?
I think
Can't stay on them.
purportedly it changes people's perspectives and sort of
For how long, though?
Yeah.
things. I don't know.
Until it wears
How
off.
long's it there?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it, all right? All right. Guys, we're just going back to the office?
Yeah. Can you pull a police service call for Zoomies, white male 1015, 51 to SID?
He was subsequently taken to the police department for an interview regarding the events that had taken place.
Alright, Brandon. You good? Yep. What's your name, dude? Patrick. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Obviously, we're here because you got yourself in a little bit of a pickle. Alright. Do you have any idea that I don't know if anyone explained anything to you yet or anything?
No.
So, months ago, we got complaints of you selling mushrooms, weed, just stuff to not only people coming in and out of the store, but also the juveniles. Okay? Does any of this ring a bell at all?
No.
You don't sell anything?
Mm-mm.
Nothing at all?
No.
Okay. Is that what you're going to stick with?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, you had a black bag with you today.
Yes.
Is that your backpack?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what was inside of it?
Yeah.
What was inside of it?
There were mushrooms inside the bag.
Do you use mushrooms?
Yes.
How much mushrooms do you use at a time?
I microdose them usually, but about a gram.
Now, what if I told you that we've been buying from you for a bit? Still, does any of this ring a bell? Like you've been selling, we've seen you, we've dealt with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate, like refresh your mind a little?
If you want.
It's a little blurry. That's you in the store.
Mm-hmm.
That's you during a deal that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Do you have that outfit?
I do. I just got it.
Yeah. So, once again, that's you. We know for a fact you deal.
Okay.
So, do you do it to like help yourself with extra money, with financially, or help people out, or what's the deal?
Yeah. I don't do anything bad. Nothing that bad. So.
And I'm not saying that you're a bad person, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. Like, hey, you give a little here, take a little there. It's for extra money, right? What I'm trying to understand is, number one, what the actual reason is for you to sell it. I'm not saying you're a bad dude. Like, you know, you don't look like a Pablo Escobar. Like, are you? I mean, I might be confused. Does anyone at the store know that you do it for extra money, or
No.
no one else is involved with it?
Mm-mm.
How much do you sell at a time, dude?
Not much.
Well, what's not much? I mean, you had what? How much did you have with him? Anyone? How much did you have with him?
30 grams.
30 grams. I mean, that's typically how much would you sell that for?
Not much.
What's not much?
$160.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot for $160. Like, $160 is pretty cheap compared to what I thought an ounce of mushrooms would be.
Partially for the money, but at the same time, mushrooms for a lot of people are medicine and they help a lot of people with a lot of issues, so I don't really need too much money. So
How much would you get that for that you could sell it for 160?
how much would I get that for?
Mm-hmm.
Not much.
What's not much?
50, 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're making like $100 profit. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Stop talking and get a lawyer, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Holes
Not
getting
much.
deeper. Not much, yeah.
yeah, I mean, they know what they're dealing with. It's not crime of the century,
Mm.
but it is still illegal at the end of the day.
They'll know how much he'd have to pay for it, and they'll probably know how much he's making on it because they bought some off him. So
Yeah, but they're waiting for him to say, no, don't buy them, I grow them.
Mm.
And they're
Yeah.
like, ah.
yeah.
But apparently, because I watch quite a lot of these interrogations, the cops are allowed to lie to you in an interrogation. They're allowed to mislead you to get
Yeah.
you to admit
right,
things.
Oh, really?
They are, yeah. I mean, in the States they are. I don't know what the rules are in the UK.
Right, okay.
But if you get a lawyer, the lawyer is allowed full access to the evidence that they've got against you. So whereas they could lie to you and say, we've got your fingerprints at this location, the lawyer would say, before they talk to anyone, give me the paperwork, and they'll flick through it and there'll be no mention of fingerprints. So
Yeah,
then they'll
see
talk
what the
to you.
evidence
and-
is and
yeah, and if the cops were to say, we've got fingerprints, then that's where a lawyer would probably step in and say, can I see the evidence of that,
because
please?
they might say, "Oh right, yeah, you've got me then," and
Yeah.
admit to it
Yeah.
without knowing about the evidence.
But they don't have to show you that evidence.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a lawyer or a solicitor that they show
Yeah.
the evidence to. So the amount of these I watch
What if you're defending yourself?
doesn't matter. I don't think you've got the right in an interrogation to have access to everything. You are in court and stuff, and probably there's pre-trial bundles and all that sort of stuff. But in this context, I don't think they have to give you anything.
right.
I watch quite a lot, and the whole comment section on YouTube is always get a lawyer. Even if you're innocent, get a lawyer. If you're guilty, get a lawyer. Get a lawyer.
Like, I'm assuming if you buy it in bulk, right,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a good deal.
I don't really deal with mushrooms too much.
No?
No, it's fairly recent that it's been selling much, and clearly this is why.
Yeah. How long have you been working at Zoomies?
A year in November.
Have you been doing it the whole time there?
No.
No. How long have you been selling out of the store?
A month or two.
Okay. So you see what the issue here is, right? Like, how big of a clientele do you have?
Not much.
Not much?
I don't make that much money.
Okay. Well, the issue obviously still stands that we're here, obviously, so...
Yeah.
Patrick claimed that he had been engaging in the mushroom trade for approximately a year, seeing it as a strategic maneuver to expand his customer base discreetly within the realm of Zoomies.
How long have you been selling the mushrooms for?
Maybe like a year.
So you just started selling in the last 2 months at Zoomies, but you've been selling it for a year overall?
About.
Where do you typically get it from?
A guy.
Like locally, at the mall?
Yeah, an old friend.
Well, you don't seem like a bad dude, man. It's just one of those things
I'm
where
not,
you got
yeah.
caught up. Yeah. How much mushrooms do you think this dude has that you usually get it from?
He has, I'm not sure. He usually has like chocolate bars, but it's mainly weed that I get from him. But I've
You know what's coming, don't you? And whether they'll show it or not is, you just give us a name and an address, and then we'll go lightly
good to
on
go,
you.
Yeah. No
stocked
chance.
up a long time ago on mushrooms, so that's why I kind of. I used to take more myself, but after like a really bad trip, I stopped taking them as much. It was mainly for me at 1st, just to kind of stock up because they're hard to get.
Yeah. The dude that you get in Port St. Lucie,
Mm-hmm.
you said he has bars.
Chocolate bars.
The stuff you had today wasn't chocolate bars.
Oh no, that's what I said. He usually has chocolate bars. I had gotten it a while ago.
So that was from a while ago from that same guy?
Yeah, those are pretty old in there.
Okay. Alright, just give me a second. Dude, let me just ask you though. So obviously, not only do people, tourists, whatever, just come in and randomly ask you, and you just kind of give it to them. What about like kids, like juveniles?
Oh no.
You don't deal with juveniles? Because
I try my best. I mean, I don't ID people, but
because the issue that, like I said, the whole reason this started is because kids are getting it, man.
I've never sold mushrooms to any kids.
Well, juveniles, I mean, in the teenage years, I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference.
I mean, like I said, I don't ID, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had anyone tell you that they've had a really bad trip or anything off the stuff you gave them?
No.
Never. But you've had yourself personally.
Well, I took way too many.
How much is way too many?
It was about 14 grams.
You took a whole 14 grams, just ate them?
Well, it's called, I don't want to go into the whole specifics.
No, I'm curious. This is me just
It's
learning
called
now.
lemon teching. Basically, if you grind up the mushrooms and put them in lemon juice, which is citric acid reacts to the psilocybin in the mushrooms, which it basically doubles the dose, but it shortens the trip. So where the trip you take 7 grams, the trip might last 8 hours. If you lemon tech 7 grams, you're going to trip way harder, but it'll only be for like 2-3 hours.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what do? Do you like shut everything off and kind of just...
Allegedly, when they used to sell them in the UK, allegedly, they sold them in little 30-gram trays. And one of my friends may or may not have taken 60 in one go at one point, and leant back on an office chair like this, allegedly, not that I was there, allegedly. Leant back on an office chair and got his head...
Landed on your knob.
No, he got
That was the excuse anyway.
he got his head stuck under a sink.
Jesus.
Like, literally, there's a sink in someone's bedroom, and he just leant back on a chair all the way, got his head stuck under a sink, and was there for absolutely...
Arse up in the air.
Just stuck.
See where that was going.
But no, I know that the head shops in this country, you know, like the sort of weed paraphernalia shops and stuff, they sold them in 30-gram at a time trays.
Right.
And he's talking like 7 and 14 and things like that. Wow. It's like, I don't agree necessarily that it should be illegal, but I'm thinking that selling these big fat trays of them probably isn't a healthy idea
I
either.
would have thought so, would you really?
Meditate?
Well, that time I did it. I was in a really bad place at the time, so I did that. I did it in the dark in my bed, and I like time traveled. It was scary. I like partied with demon clown guys and stuff.
Jesus.
It wasn't fun. Yes. But that's again why I always tell people that you need to weigh it out and you need to know how much you take, because they can do that to you. But like I said before, it does help. I mean, it's obviously mushrooms are starting to be legalized throughout the country. It does help in a therapeutic sense.
No, I've heard that. I've definitely heard that. Where do you have your ounces?
I'd rather not answer that.
Okay, that's fine.
Real quick, was there anybody else working at Zoomies today, or is it just you?
I had one other worker.
So there's somebody there right now?
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause we walked out with you and didn't see anybody else in there. I want to make sure it's secure.
No, yeah, she's supposed to call someone.
Okay. Alright.
So you don't want to say where the rest of it is?
I'd rather not.
Okay, I mean, yeah, we're right to say no. I just want to make sure that it's not laying around where someone can get to it or try it or a kid or anything like that.
Nope.
You plans to ever do this again?
To sell and stuff like that?
Yeah.
If I get out of this, no, this is my...
Like you said, unfortunately, what really was I don't want to say bread and butter because that sounds like a terrible way to put it, but the most unfortunate part about this is that we were getting complaints that kids were getting hold of this and that kids were buying it.
That's just very
when we say kids, but we mean people under 18 years old. And you know just as well as I do, like, it's hard to see, like, or tell how old somebody is, because sometimes,
I'm
like,
very
dudes,
curious
girls,
about that.
like,
That's why I'm very curious about it, because most people, I mean, they're all seem to be adults to me. That's why I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Especially the mushrooms I have even when friends of mine ask, because I do have people are 18 and close, I tell them I do not give mushrooms to children.
Yeah. How tall are you?
Needs to get that put on a t-shirt, doesn't it? I don't give mushrooms to children. What a catchphrase.
Yeah, wow.
6'2". How long have you been growing a beard?
It's been a while now, 6+ years.
Yeah, 6+ years. How old are you?
I'm 28, turning 28.
28. Okay, so I mean, like when you were in high school, did you have facial hair?
Mm-hmm. I have facial hair. No, I definitely understand. I definitely understand that.
You probably could have walked into a gas station and like bought beer. You know what I mean?
The funny part is that when I was underage, I never got ID'd, and as soon as I came of age, I got ID'd.
Usually how it happens.
Yeah, it was very.
Well, you know what I mean? Like it's hard.
No, I definitely understand that. I will say I have been very advocate for with anybody who ever asked me that I do not give mushrooms.
I believe that. I don't believe you
to anyone, because as somebody who, like I said, tripped too bad, I understand that it could severely mess up your mental state.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we're not saying you specifically went out and saw it.
No, I understand. Listen,
Just
I
the unfortunate.
I
part of the
did this. I
situation.
fully understand the ramifications of my choices. I get it. But, however, if I could say one thing, I always made sure that mushrooms never went to kids.
Of course. No, I understand what you're saying, man. Does like your trips, when you go on a trip, is it like always the same, or is it something different each time?
I would say so. That one time was the only time I ever saw anything that wasn't there. All the other times, it's usually just, things are just kind of moving and colors are
Moving, you're
weird.
like on that 70s show kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you look at your phone and everything's dancing around. It's usually pretty fun
Mhm.
until you abuse it to the point where you take way too much. And then it's your own. Like I said, I saw like crazy demon clowns and stuff that I time traveled with.
Right? Like,
Patrick was charged with felony counts of possession of a controlled substance, ×2. Sell, manufacture, distribute Schedule 1, 3, or 4 drugs, ×2. And unlawful use of a two-way communication device, ×2. Lastly, his bond was set at $120,000.
Oh, that's a big one.
He's in trouble.
Head over to codebluecam.com.
Wonder what happened to him in the end.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, it's a big bond.
What was the
isn't it,
illegal
that?
use of a communication device?
It's probably dealing across your phone, isn't it? If you've got like a burner phone or something.
Yeah.
I just want to see. Can you read that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new video anyway, so there probably isn't an update.
Probably not. Maybe not been scored yet or something, but it'd be in trouble for that, won't it?
They're serious charges.
Yeah.
That's not just you've been caught with a bag of mushrooms.
They're
throwing
saying
the
he's
book
sort of
in
like
there.
he's producing it as well, aren't they? And then
No, possession with intent to supply, wasn't it?
was it? I thought it was like something about producing it, but
No, but
yeah, big trouble.
he's in. I think he's in quite serious trouble.
Yeah.
To be fair.
He seems quite a nice chap, actually, though.
Yeah,
He's
it's not.
fairly reasonable.
Have you ever met local drug dealers around here? They're all pretty nice.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, they're all right until you cross them.
They even let you have it for free your first time.
Yeah, until you want to pay it. Don't pay them and then see how nice they are.
Yeah,
I don't think he's like a gangster type or rates himself as that. I think he's just been buying.
It's a business opportunity, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's probably someone who's been buying certain amounts and then realised that if you sell off half that amount, it pays for the stuff you take. And that's how people get into selling weed when they're
It's
young.
in that type of environment, isn't it, I suppose, where people
Yeah.
go into that shop probably looking for that type of thing anyway.
I knew loads of people growing up that they just doubled the amount of weed they'd buy for the weekend, and then they just sell a couple of bags of it, and it pays for theirs, so they smoke for free.
Yeah, right.
And that goes on, and suddenly a couple of people more want it, and
That's how the world turns, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.